Hey, what's up everybody? DJ Ethan Stone here, and I am out on a test drive in a Tesla Model Y, and it is driving me. So I'm being driven autonomously by this car. It just took me on a trip to Apple Park. So yeah, my feet are not on the pedals. My hand is just like touching the steering wheel, but you can see I'm not steering at all. The car is doing it. I'm putting my hand on the steering wheel because like this car reprimands me if it thinks I'm not paying attention, which has been the case since I've been recording videos for my YouTube channel on this drive. But guys, it's incredible. So this is such an incredible experience to be driven around by an autonomous car, and if you haven't had this experience, I recommend that you try it out. So I went to Santana Row here in Santa Clara, and I just went in. I was talking to the guys about the cars in there. I was checking out the Cybertruck, and next thing I know, I was signing up for a self-drive, and like 5 minutes later, I'm getting driven around by this car, which so far has driven flawlessly. There was really only one brief moment where I was a little unclear about what was going on, and it was a point like 15 minutes ago where the car was like trying to figure out which lane it wanted to be in, and it was kind of like shifting back and forth. That lasted for like 3 seconds, and then other than that, there has been absolutely zero anomalous behavior. And as far as that behavior, I don't want to excuse it, but maybe there was a reason for it, and I'm just not really clear what that might have been. But yeah, guys, I'm just completely blown away at this experience. I mean, like, it just, like the fact that I'm still alive while getting driven around by a car is just incredible. So, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And let's see. So it's telling me that my autopilot is being shut down because it doesn't think I'm paying attention, which is completely valid. I wasn't. So it wants you to pay attention. What can I say about this? I think if I pull over, it will reactivate self-drive. But before I do, I want to give you a sample of the acceleration. So check this out. It's just, wow. There's a car in front of me, so I can't really do full justice to this, but let me pull over, and then I will accelerate quickly for you guys on camera. The acceleration on this car is just insane. And I don't even, like, this is not like their primo plaid car. This is just like the Model Y, which is, I guess, you know, middle of the road Tesla. But basically, like, no exaggeration, like when you really try to accelerate in this car, it pushes you back into your seat like you're in a sports car. I don't know how to flip my camera around, so I'm just going to turn the phone and I'm just going to, oh my gosh. Oh, so that was actually pedal to the metal, and holy moly, that felt like if you went to like Six Flags and got put in some kind of a ride that just launches you. That is how that acceleration feels. It feels more intense than the acceleration that I'm used to in an airplane when I'm taking off the tarmac. Now, that's obviously, an airplane's going way faster by the time it leaves the ground, but the acceleration is more intense in this vehicle. And this is on a rainy day, so the road is wet, and it had no problem just like throwing me into the back of the seat. So, oh man, this is I'm so glad that I signed up for this self-driving experience. And you know, I see that there's a lot of hatred towards Tesla on Facebook from certain parties, and I don't know if they're actually independent or if it's like propaganda from, you know, fossil fuel kind of companies that are pretending to be real people. But whether it's a conspiracy or not, there's definitely like pages out there who are like posting, at least on my wall, stuff that's anti-Tesla, especially anti-Tesla truck. And what I can say is, I think that anybody who has their doubts should give it a shot, because I'm really glad I did. I'm having a blast today. So, am I gonna buy a Tesla? I've been wanting to for a long time. Honestly, I think that it really just comes down to whether I have the cash to plunk down on a new car right now. If the universe blesses me with the funds, I may seriously consider it. So, what I'm going to do right now is reactivate self-driving. It might give me one more chance at this. Basically, it reprimands me if I keep my hands off the steering wheel for too long or don't seem like I'm paying attention. So I believe it's like a double tap of the steering wheel, of the drive, and let's see, is it gonna work for me? I don't think so. I think I'm SOL. I think I've tried too many times. What's it beeping at me for? Not sure. Maybe that was oncoming traffic. Let's see. Let me try one more time, because I would really like to get self-driving going one more time if possible. But if not, I'll probably sign off and just let's see. So I have one additional time for self-driving. Here we go. All right, it's activated, I think. There we go. Okay. So we are now back on autopilot. Gosh, it's just incredible that we're living in this time. I just watched Musk talk at a conference. I think it was called the Abundance Conference or something like that. But so what, Elon Musk was on his jet talking via Starlink through the X, which is Twitter app, on a video chat that was going live to some big conference at a big conference center, and everything was loud and clear. There were points at which the signal was dropping out, which actually was kind of cool, because then you're like, okay, this is real. But so that really had me feeling like we're living in the future. This driving experience has me feeling like we're living in the future. And then some of the things that he and other people in that conference were saying about AI was just absolutely remarkable. So he was saying that AI's compute is increasing 10-fold every 6 months, I believe, and 100-fold every year. So, in theory, however good AI is now, it could be up to 100 times better at any given task by this time next year. Now, I have been using, as some of you may know, an AI called Suno to help me with songs. And when I say help me, what I really mean is I write the lyrics, or at least most of the lyrics, or in some cases none of the lyrics, but usually I'm always prompting it. I'm usually writing all or most of the lyrics and then supplementing AI to help me write additional lyrics. Then I put those lyrics into Suno and give it prompts to make the songs, and it makes these songs that are performing. Now, I don't know what this says about me as a musician. I've always felt like I'm a musician. I've always been a musician. I've always played music, and I've had bands that are good. And my band, Samson and Stone, I'm so proud of our album, which we put out like 8 years ago. And the kind of traffic that my AI generated songs are getting with the same exact lyrics is like a difference of like hundreds of views, hundreds to at the most like 1,000 views from my band. Whereas with the same exact song, in like a matter of a week, I'm getting thousands of views for the same lyrics with a song that was completely made by AI. The singing, the instrumentation, everything. So I'm just like, I'm really, really aware that we are living in the future. And I feel like maybe something that I could be doing to give back in a way and also just have relevance is to just be part of the conversation where, I don't want to say everyday people, but people who just aren't as hip to what the cutting edge of AI is, especially since they don't like live near San Jose like I do. I can be the bridge for those people. Like, I don't work in tech. I don't know how this stuff works. Even when I hear it described, it still just kind of goes over my head. But what I do know is I'm getting driven by a Tesla right now. And I am not touching the steering wheel, and my feet are not on the pedals, and the thing is just taking me, and I have not crashed. I'm still alive, and I'm also live streaming over the internet. I don't know if anybody's watching, but it doesn't even matter. I'm just having a good time doing this. And if you are watching, thank you. But yeah, so I just really feel like we're living in the future. The degree to which AI is getting better and better, and this is such a perfect example, the self-driving experience, it's getting better and better, like seemingly every day. And it's here, people. Like, I mean, unless somebody shuts it down, it's here to stay. It's only going to get better. I heard this expression today: this is the worst AI will ever be. And it's already driving people, myself, around. And it's already making songs. This is interesting. Where is it taking me? It's driven me into this parking lot area, but I don't know why. Restricted area police vehicles? It's taken me to the police? That's odd. So I'd say this is the most exciting part of my adventure. Autopilot disengaged. Press voice button. Maybe I'm in trouble for live streaming while driving. Let's see, reverse. There's a cop right in front of me, so I'm definitely gonna not pick up my phone. Fortunately, he's not pulling me over. So good job, self-driving. So, interesting. The AI, for some reason, took me to the police station, and that was not part of my plan. It just decided I needed to come to the police station. Is this a police station? What is this? Let me pull in and see what this place actually is. Where did it take me? Let's see. It took me here, and I don't know what this is, but this definitely is not Santana Row, which is where it's supposed to take me back to. Now, I'm guessing that there's a perfectly good explanation for why I'm here, and your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. Hey, but another Tesla ended up here. Maybe they're self-driving. No, that guy's actually driving. So, I don't know. But now I need to figure out how to navigate back to Santana Row. And since I have no idea where I am, that means I am going to end this live stream. But guys, if you have any questions about my first experience driving a Tesla and my first experience being driven by a Tesla, please let me know in the comments and I'll get right back to you. And before I go, let's do one more. Maybe I shouldn't, because I'm right in front of the police station. But I do want to gun it once again, just to show you the acceleration. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, do you see the miles per hour? Okay, 70 and 80 miles an hour. It took me that long to get to 80. Holy moly, that was so fun. All right, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, so I'm gonna maybe quit while I'm ahead, people. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for checking out this video. We live in the future, people. I just saw a meme today, and I'll have to fact check this, but basically it was like the first Terminator, I guess, was filmed in like 1984, I feel like. And in that video, Sarah Connor is like, I just can't believe we have this technology that Terminator robots are here. And the guy who's there to save her is like, you don't. 40 years from now, they will, and the Terminators travel back in time. Well, it just so happens that 40 years hence from 1984 is this year. We're living in 2024, and we have Optimus, we have Teslas. That's the cool stuff. We've got all this awesome technology. However, we also have this war that's going on in Ukraine, where basically, and I mean, granted, the United States has been using autonomously controlled, well actually, so I know the US and Iraq and Afghanistan use like Predator drones, which are drones that are killing machines, a lot like the Terminator franchise. But now in Ukraine and Russia, it's like consumer drones. I even saw a news clipping that showed somebody used a pipe drain to build a drone to fly from Ukraine, and basically, like, the next step, which I think is awful, but it's the next step, is people are going to figure out how to put AI into, like, if you have a DJI Mavic drone, you know that it already has AI in it. It's capable of obstacle avoidance. It's capable of following people. It's capable of, you know, doing a route, and like, if you want to use it to do your crops or check the power lines, it can do it autonomously. So at this point, you know, cheap, easy to get drones that are used in war scenarios, like, I don't want to get negative, but that stuff is just terrifying. The idea that there's autonomous robots that can harm people out there. But on the good side, there's autonomous cars that can get you safely to and from your destination, albeit randomly drop you at the police station. So that was hilarious. I'm glad this, that was definitely the highlight of this video. Yeah, I'm signing off here, people. I want to end it on a good note, so what can I say? I can say that this was a really fun first experience. If you're ever near Santana Row, I do recommend that you go in and check out the Tesla store there. Guys, they were very nice. They were super non-pushy. I had to basically ask for the test drive and, you know, just ask for them to tell me stuff. Like, they were super happy to give me information, but at no point were they like, oh, do you want to buy something? It's like, no, they're just super chill guys. So that I liked a lot, which, you know, it's pretty obvious. This car sells itself to those who, this is, you know, for people who are looking for this, an electric car that can drive you around, you know, this is the option. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I definitely am planning to put more content out for my AI music project. But if you're interested in checking it out, please, you can find it on YouTube by searching DJ Ethan Stone, also on SoundCloud, and soon it will be on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. I'm in the process of distributing the music. So, oh sweet, David De Silva's watching, and Marcella's watching. What's up, David? What's up, Marcella? Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me and my slick ride. No, just kidding. I did not buy this. I'm on a test drive, and it's been really, really fun to get driven around by a robot that is self-driving. Let's see if I can, you know what? I know I said I was going to end this video, but I wonder if I can activate self-driving again. Let's see. Can I do it? I don't know. I think I might have tried too many times. Maybe? No? I think it's doing it. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's doing it. I think it's just waiting for this bus to pass me, this other car. Yep, there, and we're off. Back on the road, self-driving. We're self-driving, people. So, I guess I can carry on having a conversation with myself on camera because I'm being driven around by a car right now. So, what else can I say? I can say that as a musician and talking to friends who are musicians, so most of my musician friends are either very negative or at very least apprehensive about using AI as a tool for creating music, whereas I've been just super all in on it. And the reason is because I never really made my living from music. I had wanted to at a certain point, but personally I have this attitude that really I'm only going to talk about myself here. I'm not talking about others, but for me, I feel that the idea of getting paid to do music, or depending on the money that music would pay me, would mean that I'm not necessarily going to create and release the kind of music that is straight, unfiltered from the soul of Ethan. It might be, oh, I'm making something that I think would have more of an opportunity for commercial success. Interestingly, last night I actually uploaded a song to SoundCloud that I definitely would have been less likely to upload if I was motivated by profit. I ended up taking it down because it only got one listen, and that's like way less than the other songs that I uploaded. So I think the algorithm was just like, we're not going to show this to people because it was dubstep and like Skrillex style dubstep, like very aggressive, angry, dancey stuff. So it just, I guess there wasn't really an audience for it. So I took it down, but it was an interesting experiment, and I feel a lot more liberal experimenting because of the fact that it's so easy to make this content, because I'm basically just prompting it and then feeding it my lyrics, as opposed to spending, months of time in the studio and thousands of dollars with, studio engineers and studio time and session musicians and whatnot. So it's that's really interesting. I can churn out stuff that I can put out on the internet and make songs that really tell stories that are ones that if I needed to make a living off of music, I might not try telling. So examples of some of the stories that I've recently made songs about and put out are Sasquatch Serenade, which was actually a recommendation from GPT. I was like, hey, if I were the presidents of the United States, which is a band I really like from childhood, what would my next album be? Give me 12 songs for that. And one of the ones that I liked was Sasquatch Serenade. So its version of the song was bad, but Suno's version was better. And then I used what is the other AI? I'm forgetting. But I used multiple AIs to craft the song plus my own lyrics. I'd say like 25 to 40% of the lyrics were mine and the rest was written by AI. And then I opened a bunch of Google Docs and even a spreadsheet actually, and I organized all the different verse options. It's like I had 18 different, not 18, probably 8 different versions of the song that AI had written, plus stuff that I had written. And I was just juggling all these different ingredients around and making this, putting together this puzzle to craft an actually compelling song. And then, made the song and put it out. And this is something that I stayed up all night doing that I just wouldn't have bothered doing if I was trying to make a living, because it's just there's almost no chance that this is going to make money. It's just silly, but it's fun. And the story of Sasquatch Serenade is about this lonely Sasquatch. And I thought it was kind of relatable, and at certain points in my life tells my story too. We all get lonely, and we've all at times felt the struggle of trying to find a mate. And Sasquatch is out there. The struggle is real for him too. And so I liked putting a spin on Sasquatch, that it's oh yeah, it's like Chewbacca. It's like he could be your co-pilot. So yeah, some other interesting song. I wrote a country song about football. It's called "This Is Football," and I don't really watch football. I occasionally watch the Super Bowl, and I very rarely watch anything more than that. I've been to a couple football games, but I'm just not a big football guy. I'm also not a huge country guy. I don't really listen to a lot of country, but I do like writing country, and in this case, I wrote a country song about football. And it was pretty hard to write because it's like I'm writing about something I don't really know in a style that I'm not super familiar with. I used AI to help me write the song, and long story short, the song got finished. It's out there if you're interested in checking it out. DJ Ethan Stone, This Is Football. And the story is basically about how win or lose, as long as everybody gives it their all, it's not just a game played in the fall. This is football. And, the lyrics are better than that, but yeah, I had a lot of fun writing it. It was like, when it really came together, it was like, yes! By the way, if you're just tuning in, I am being driven around by a Tesla. I don't even know where it's going at this point. Hopefully it's taking me back to Santana Row. It should be, but I'm not sure. We might just be out on a drive. Who knows? Maybe who knows where I'll end up. It's an exciting thing about this. Oh, I got a comment. Let's see. David Flores is watching. Bring them on camera. Oh, I can bring you on camera? I'm going to try that. Add. Let's see. David, I'm trying to bring you on camera. It says adding. Hey, Renee. Oh my gosh. All my people. My people are watching. Hey guys, so we got David, Marcella, David De Silva, David Flores, Renee, my manager. I love you, Renee. This is so cool. So yeah, today we are getting autonomously driven around in San Jose, Santa Clara by a Tesla. And I'm just talking about how AI is shaping our not just future, but our present. So I recently released like 50 songs that I've made using AI, and I've been using ChatGPT and other AI chatbots a lot lately to help me with writing emails and figure out life goals, stay in shape, organize my daily routines. And I have this podcast that I really need to get more serious about. I mean, technically, this is like the next installment of my podcast. The podcast is called Future Status, and I want to be posting that as often as I can. I guess I should do it like every Friday or something like that, or once a week. But the goal of my podcast, Future Status, is just to try to bridge the gap between people who are not really savvy with this technology and AI and whatnot, and help them just be aware so they're not just completely blindsided by this dramatic shift in the world, which is not just coming, it's here. Like, we have self-driving cars right now. We have humanoid robots right now. We have AI that can make songs, make movies, make art right now. And it's taking people's jobs. It's also giving people opportunities to do things that maybe they've never been able to do before. So in my case, I've made money off of music, but mostly as a DJ. And the money I've made off of my music as a musician hasn't been enough for me to make a living off of. And because of that, it was kind of like, well, I need to kind of hang up my hat as far as producing songs, because it's expensive, time consuming, and it's not profitable. However, at this point, I was able to make 50 songs in a week and get something on the order of, just on SoundCloud alone, I was averaging 15,000 views a week, listens a week. So like 30,000 listens in a month, which, is not viral by any sense. So, my established friends in the music industry are getting views in the millions. But in my case, it dwarfs the entire history of me as a musician. Like all of the songs I've ever done in my life that have been on the internet for, 8 to 12 years, don't even come close to that much exposure. And the interesting thing is that that exposure actually means something to me because in most cases, the lyrics are either 100% mine or a lot mine. In the very few cases, the lyrics actually were AI. So there's one song where I just prompted the AI and it just nailed it out, knocked it out of the park the first try. The song is called "I Love You More Than My Phone," and it just wrote this song that immediately started to get traction, and I think at this point has something like 2,600 listens on SoundCloud. And it's just like, dude, I literally just wrote, make a song called "I Love You More Than My Phone," and then the first version that it spit out, I uploaded to the internet, and it's been doing really well, which is just like, wow. Um, so yeah, what do you guys think? Like, enough about my opinions on this stuff. Please comment and let me know what you guys think about AI, and I will write back, and we can engage in a dialogue. But what do you think about what's happening with people's jobs and what's happening with opportunities to make art, um, with regards to um, the here's the scariest thing is what the people in the AI industry think is going to happen. By the way, I've been driving for like 20 minutes without any sense of where I'm going, and I'm pretty sure I'm lost. I'm actually, I'm really like completely lost, and like the GPS was supposed to be taking me back to the Tesla place, but it's not. So I think I need to go. I think it's time for me to sign off and figure out what the heck is going on, because like I should have been back a long time ago. So look, I just want to give a special shout out to whoever's on. We got David says was getting ready to shower, so could not join. So I tried to the machine was giving me the option to bring David in on camera. Oh, I think this is the Tesla people calling me like, hey, where's our car? We're trying to close. So yeah, time for me to go, guys. Peace and love. To be continued. Same bat time, same bat channel. Not really. I don't have a bat time or a bat channel, and I'm not Batman. But I do need to figure this out. I need to get need to get this going. Need to have a day and a time. But anyway, I'm going to pick this up. This is the Tesla people calling. See you guys.